Hey guys, today, as you have seen already, it's the Browns at the Yankees. Again, 1949, May 23rd. Before we begin, I want to show you this. Go click over here on the New York Yankees pitching rotation. So Vic Raschi's pitching. He's got 1, 2, 3 full days of rest. You know, I know it's a ton, right? But, I mean, who else did they have, right? I don't know what we're going to do for their, I think they have a game on Tuesday as well, the 24th. I don't know who they're going to start, right? Maybe Porterfield will be ready by then. I don't know. This is a bloodbath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 pitchers, and they're almost all tired. I guess you could start Tommy Byrne, who just started. I'm not going to pitch him today on 1 day rest, right? Yeah, they sure didn't like having a lot of pitchers back in 1949. Here's Stan Spence here for the Browns. Yankees 20-12, Browns 14-19. You haven't seen a lot of the Browns, and for good reason. Spence hitting 143, 1-1 now the count on him. And that's hit over to right field. Bauer's got that for the out, 1 away. Dick Kokos up there now. And there's a ball inside to Kokos, 1-0 the count. And there's another ball in on him, 2-0. And there's a strike. So it's 2-1 now on Kokos. And that's fouled back, 2-2 the count. That's inside. Full count now on him. And Raschi gets him with the strikeout. And that is Raschi's first of the game. He has 19 so far this season. Vic Raschi at 5-2, 4.60 ERA. Has been pitching fairly well, but not winning every time out, certainly. 2-0 now the count on Jerry Pretty, the next Browns hitter. There's a drive down the left field line. That baby's gone over Woodling's head, and that is over there into that short porch you see in left field. It's not short for long, but that one just sort of sneaked around that foul pole. That makes it 1-0 for St. Louis, and here comes Jack Graham. So Graham takes a strike, and the Yankees' woes continue. I think they've lost 3 or 4 in a row. I can't remember exactly how many it's been. 1-2 is the count on Graham, and that's a ball. 2-2. That looked close, but it was a ball, and there's a slider wide. 3-0, 3-2, sorry, and there's ball 4-0. That is actually called strike 3 on the appeal, and he's called out for going too far. We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Hank Bauer. Ned Garver will start this one for the Browns. 1-0 now the count on Bauer, 1-1. And Garver's 3-5 on the year, 4.37 ERA as the count on Hank goes to 2-1. That's hit over to deep left field. What a catch there by Severs. Severs jumps up and grabs that one and robs Bauer of a potential home run. And this is definitely going to be on your highlight reel. So it's still 1-0 Browns, and up comes Gene Woodling. The Yankees, I was saying at the beginning of the season, not missing the absence of Joe DiMaggio so much, but they're missing it now. 0-2 is the count here on Gene. That's inside. 1-2. That's low. 2-2 now the count on Woodling. And that's high. It's a full count on Gene. It's chopped away off his foot foul. Full count remains, and it's fouled away again. And that's fouled away off of the glove of Lawler. Full count remains. There's a ground ball over to short. Pellegrini, long throw, got him at first. 2 gone. Here's Cliff Mapes. Mapes looks at a strike. And there's one hit straight over to center field. Stan Spence has got that for the out. We go to the top of the second. It's Bob Dillinger up there. Takes the ball high. And one outside. 2-0 is the count. That's popped up. That foul falls in. Foul. 2-1 the count. And that is knocked back for another foul. 2-2. That's fouled away again. Liner to the left side, still foul. And that one missed. Full count now on Dillinger. Fouls another one off. And it continues. There's a little fly ball over to center. Mapes is that one away. Here's Sherm Lawler. Lawler takes a strike and pops that one up. It's Rizzuto who has that. 2 gone. Here is Roy Severs. Good breaking ball right at the knees, and another one that just misses. Severs, 227 this season, takes another ball, 2-1. Swings and misses that fastball, it's 2-2. And that's tipped foul, and so he doesn't strike out. 2-2 remains. That's foul back again, still 2-2 the count, and there's a fly over to center. Mapes has it. We go to the bottom of the second. Jerry Coleman comes up there now for the Yankees, hitting .333. 18 RBIs. Good season so far for Jerry. 2-0 the count, and that's low. 3-0. That's a little bit low. Coleman takes the walk down to first, and that brings up Tommy Henrich. Henrich hitting .280, 23 RBIs. So you see a lot here in the middle of the lineup. A lot of guys driving other guys in, and that's hit over to right center field. Kokos dives for that one, and it gets behind him, rather. Coleman will score, tying this game up. And Henrich goes for third, and he's thrown out. Good throw by Pretty, the relay man. Kokos to Pretty over to Dillinger, and they catch him. And so an interesting play that turns into a double, thrown out at third, but the game is tied. And here's Phil Rizzuto. And Rizzuto hits a ground ball to Dillinger at third. He goes to first. 2 away, and here's Bobby Brown. 1-1 now in the bottom of the second inning. And there's a looping breaking ball in there for a strike. Another breaking ball, 0-2 on Brown, and that's low, 1-2. 2-2, that one missed low again. And there's a nasty slider that he just stays away from somehow. Full count now on Brown. Let's head over to right field. Kokos goes back, grabs that for the out. We go to the top of the third, and it's Pellegrini, who had an excellent play earlier today. And he stays with that one, hits it up the middle for a base hit that brings up Ned Garver, runner on at first base. He's going to bunt. And he takes the strike, or misses the pitch, rather. It's bunted foul, 0-2 the count, and that's hit down the right field line foul. So they took the bunt off. 1-2 now the count on Ned. And that one is high, but he doesn't swing, 2-2. And there's a bunt back to the pitcher, and Rashi has it, turns around and goes to second, throws over to Rizzuto, and they get the lead runner. So that makes Ned Garver now the runner on at first, one away, top of the third. And here is Stan Spence. I'll tell you the reason why Spence is hitting so high in the order is he's got that .417 on base percentage. He's got 12 plate appearances, 4 walks. 500 slugging percentage also helps. I think he's got a single hit, which was a home run. So you can see what's going on here. 2-0 now the count on Spence. And there's a strike. It's 2-1 now on Stan, as fouled away, 2-2. And he holds up on that one. It's a full count now on Spence, and he takes ball 4. Hence the leadoff. What do you think about that, huh? Dick Kokos comes up. Stan Spence goes up. As you can see, he gets on base half the time or more. Dick Kokos up there, and boy, that's a wild pitch. That's really, really poor from Rashi. He misses Silvera's target completely, and the runners move up. Runners on at second and third now, and there's a pop-up over there to Coleman. He's got that for the out. Nobody scores on that one. 2 away. Now Jerry Pretty comes up. Pretty homered last time. Takes a strike here. 0-1. 5 home runs for Pretty so far, and there's a little comebacker to Rashi. Throws to first, and we go to the bottom of the third. Charlie Silvera up there takes a ball. There's a bouncer back up the middle for a base hit, and that'll bring up Vic Rashi, the pitcher, and he takes a ball low. We're going to have him bunt here. And takes the strike. 1-1 the count on Vic. That's just wide. 2-1 the count. That's bunted right back to Garver. He's got to go to first with it. Silvera moves up to second. And here's Hank Bauer. We got 2 chances to drive him in. Bauer takes a strike and then a ball. 1-1 on Hank. Here's a ground ball over to short. Pellegrini looks Silvera back and throws to first. 2 away. Didn't work. Bad job by Bauer. And here's Woodling, who takes a ball. And that's hit over to right field. Kokos has it for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Jack Graham leads this off for St. Louis and takes the ball. Close game. 2-0 the count now on Graham. Graham 7 home runs already this season. Fouls one away. It's 2-1. That's fouled back. 2-2 the count. And there's a base hit ripped solidly between Rizzuto and Brown into left for the single. And up comes Bob Dillinger. Dillinger hitting .285, a little bit less than he was in real life. 3 hits for the Browns so far. He squares on to miss that, to bunt that one and misses, and then fouls one away. 1-2 the count. Fastball's inside. 2-2 on Bob. There's ball 3, 3-2 full count, and there's the sacrifice call with the full count. Rashi goes to Coleman covering at first, and Graham moves up to second. So 1 away, and here's Sherm Lawler. It's that kind of game, huh? Lawler takes a ball high. You don't see that these days. Full count, and suddenly you bunt. 1-1 the count on Sherm. And there's a ground ball over to second, and Graham moves over to third. Coleman goes to first with it. 2 outs, but the runner's on third. Roy Sievers comes up here, and he hits the single to right field. That scores the run. That's the way you do it. We were talking just the other day on Twitter about, RBIs. Does it mean something? Does it not? If you can do that, you can be like Sievers, get that base hit. That means a lot to me. There's a ball to Pellegrini and another ball. 2-0 the count on Eddie. Swings and misses that fastball. It's 2-1. And there's a strike inside corner, 2-2. That one just misses, full count. And that's smashed to the right side by Coleman for a base hit, and Sievers goes to third, and here comes Ned Garver. So Rashi now has given up 5 hits, and he's kind of getting shelled all around the park. There's 2 straight balls on Garver. He's the pitcher. Come on, Vic. And there's a hello liner to left field between Brown and Rizzuto that splits them, and that scores another run. Even Ned Garver is getting base hits. It's 3-1 for St. Louis. Vic Rashi isn't some guy picked off the bottom, barrel of the bucket or the bottom of the barrel or whatever. I mean, this guy is, one of your better pitchers in Yankee history. Stan Spence hits one deep to right field, and Bauer goes back, grabs that. We go to the bottom in the fourth. 3-1 now, the Browns with the lead. There's a ground ball by Mapes over there. Pellegrini gets it. He got it, throws to first, 1 gone, and Jerry Coleman comes up next. Coleman fouls one back. It's 0-1 on him. A little Foul ball, out of play, 0-2 now on Coleman, and there's a slider wide, 1-2 the count on Jerry. That's high, it's 2-2. Fouled straight back, 2-2 remains. That one inside misses, full count on Jerry, and there's strike 3 knee high, and that's 2 away. Another first strikeout rather for Garver. Tommy Henrik now takes a strike, and ball, 1-1 the count. And that's fouled off, it's 1-2 on Tommy. Blooper over to shallow left field. Sievers goes over, runs after that one, and it bounces in front of him. That's a base hit for Tommy, and here comes Phil Rizzuto. Scooter up there, takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count, and there's the slider in there for a strike. That ball's way outside, 2-1. There's a ground ball over to Dillinger. He flips it over to Pretty, goes the easy way, and we go to the top of the fifth. Still 3-1 Browns. Dick Kokos up there now, takes the ball. And boy, he jumps on that curveball, lines that over for a base hit. That's into center field right in front of Mapes. Hit number 7 for the Browns, and here comes Jerry Pretty. So the Brownies are really showing a lot of flair with the bat. 2 straight balls to Pretty, 2-0 the count. And there's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1, and that ball's too far inside, 3-1 now on Jerry. Fastball's down and in, second walk given up by Rashi. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. The problem with the 49 Yankees is that they give up a lot of walks. And we're really seeing that here today, giving up a lot of hits, yeah, but then a lot of walks. And here's a ground ball by Graham over to Rizzuto, and his throw to second pulls Coleman off the bag. They're calling that an error on Phil Rizzuto. That seems a little bit harsh to me based on the description of the play. Bases are loaded now with nobody out, top of the fifth. And here's Bob Dillinger. Dillinger is hitting 285, not much power. 2-0 now the count on Bob. And that's inside for ball 3. 3-0 the count. Vic Rashi falling apart, and that's in 2 tied for a ball. Rashi has walked Dillinger with the bases loaded. Now he's got to face Sherm Lawler. And, I've shown you this before. Who do we have in the bullpen? We got Joe Page. That's it. So you got to ask yourself, at what point in time do we bring Page out? I want to try to get him through 5. It's 4-1 St. Louis, nobody out, and there's a line drive to the gap in right center field. That scores 1-2. Dillinger goes to third, and the single by Lawler. It's a 6-1 ball game, and I hate to say it, but that's going to be it for Rashi. So we're going to probably take Rizzuto out. Do we have another shortstop is the question. And, of course, then when you want it to do something, you double-click on stuff, and it doesn't work. Well, he's not going to play shortstop for you. Neither are these guys. Phillips, I don't think can, but we can look it up. No, he can't. Coleman cannot play short. Brown cannot play short. So you have to keep the Scooter in there. We could probably take Henrik out. That's probably what we're going to end up doing. So Krihosi comes in to play first. And here's Joe Page. Joe Page is going to pitch the rest of this ball game. So it almost doesn't matter that we do the double shift or double switch, but we'll do it anyway. Here comes Joe Page. He's 1-1, 2.84 ERA, and he throws a ball promptly to Roy Sievers, and then a strike. 1-1 the count. That's way high. It's 2-1 on Roy. That's fouled away, 2-2. There's a swing and a miss on that one. That fastball got by him, 1 away, and here's Pellegrini. Runner still on first and third. That's a ball, 1-0 the count, and a strike, 1-1. Pellegrini 2 for 2 today, and he's 3 for 3. That's a base hit, and that gets past Mapes, and Pellegrini goes all the way over to third. Pellegrini so far today has a triple, 2 RBIs, 3 for 3. Poorly played out there by Cliff Mapes. It's 8-1, and up next is Ned Garver, the pitcher, who already has a base hit today and an RBI, 1 for 2, and he has a 1-1 count on him. And there's a pop-up, out of play, 1-2 now the count. There's a pop-up over to center field. Mapes runs in hard on that one and is able to get there in time for the out. 2 gone, and here's Stan Spence, 0 for 2, and he has the walk. 1 ball on Spence now, and there's a strike. It's 1-1. That's a ball in the dirt, 2-1 the count. That's hit hard to right down the line, just foul, 2-2. That's in tight, full count now on Stan. And that fastball misses wide, and Spence walks again. I'm telling you, this guy, we'll go take a look, because I know you don't believe me, right? This guy has 15 plate appearances this season, and he has walked. Where are you? Where's the walk? Where's the walk total? How come it's not where I want it to be? But he has, there it is, 6. 15 plate appearances so far this season. He has walked 6 out of those 15 times. It's amazing. It's amazing. This guy's going to walk half the time. Dick Kokos comes up there now, and he takes the strike, 0-1. And that's on the corner. It's 0-2 on Kokos. And there's a ground ball to second. Coleman has that. Easy peasy. Throws to first. And it's 8-1 going to the bottom of the fifth. There's Bobby Brown who takes the ball. And there's another ball. 2-0 the count. Sorry. It's fouled away. It's 2-1. Hit over to right field. 1 away. Here's Charlie Silvera. Takes a sinker low. 1-0. That's a foul back into the stands. 1-1. And that's a breaking ball low. 2-1 here on Charlie. There's a strike. It's 2-2. And that missed high. Full count now on Charlie, and that's high for a walk. And so Garver issues the walk to Silvera. Here now, Dick Crihosi, who just came into this game. 1-1 is the count on him quickly. And that's outside. It's 2-1. And there's the side arm delivery. It's 2-2 now on Dick, and that's fouled away. 2-2. It's fouled back, remains 2-2. And there's a jam job foul. 2-2, we still have it. And there's a ground ball over to Dillinger. He goes over to Pretty at second for 1, back on to first for the double play. We go to the top of the 6th. I hate to do this. I hate to sort of throw in the towel like this, but I think it's time to throw in the towel. In come the substitutes. So apologies for that. I'm thinking at the same time that I'm coughing and doing all sorts of things. Jack Phillips, I think we're going to keep on the bench just in case. But yeah, we're going to put Nieros into this game. And so it's really Joe Page's game for the rest of the way. 0-2 now the count on Pretty. And there's a strikeout for Page, number 2 of the game. Here is Jack Graham. I hate using Joe Page like this because he might be useful later on. 1-1 the count on Graham. There's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. There's a ground ball over to Rizzuto, and he throws that one away. And that's 2 errors today on Phil Rizzuto. Up now is Bob Dillinger, runner on at first base for the Browns. 1-0 the count on Bob, and there's a fly ball over to Mapes in center field. He just stands there, makes the catch. 2 away, and here's Lawler, fouls 1 back, 0-1. There's a strike, a little borderline, but called. Strike, 0-2. Fouled away, still 0-2 on Sherm. There's a ball outside. And there is a balk on Page, of all things. 1-2 now the count. Runner on second. 2-2 on Lawler. And there's a swing and a miss. We go down to the bottom of the 6th. 8-1 still Browns. Hank Bauer up there takes the ball high and then swings and misses a 1-1. It's on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2. And there's a ball. 2-2 the count. It's fouled back. Still 2-2. It's hit down the first base line, foul into the seats. 2-2 still on Hank Bauer. And there's a little 3-hopper over to Graham. The first baseman does it himself. 1 gone, and here's Johnny Lindell, who hasn't pitched or hasn't played very much. He has an 0-2 count on him already. And there's a ball, 1-2 now the count. There's another ball low, 2-2. It's off the plate, full count now on Johnny. There's a little ground ball over to Pretty. Second baseman throws to first, 2 gone. And here's Cliff Mapes. Mapes hitting .326, very, very good this season. There's a fair ball over the bag of third base, and that's going to be over into the corner on the left side. Mapes has the double. He always does well when I'm broadcasting him. Coleman takes the ball, then a strike. It's 1-1 on Jerry, and there's a ground ball over to Dillinger. His throw's in the dirt, but it's taken up by the first baseman. He goes over and scoops it up. We go to the top of the 7th, and here's Roy Sievers for the Browns. He takes the ball inside. That's low and outside. It's 2-0 on Sievers. That's inside, 3-0. Fastball's in tight, and he lays off of another low one. It's a walk, and here comes Eddie Pellegrini. Takes the ball inside, another one way inside, 2-0 the count. There's one hit hard on the ground to the left side, and that's a base hit. Pellegrini today 4 for 4. That'll bring up Ned Garver. Runners on at first and third now, and nobody out. There's a strike in there to Garver. It's 0-1. Anything but a routine out. 1 for 3 today. It's fouled away. 1-2 now on Ned, and there's a swing and a miss, and Page has to go back into the store to get that one out. Here's Stan Spence now, but Page better pace himself because there's nobody after him. Another strike to Spence, then a ball. It's 1-2, sorry, and that's inside corner, strike 3. Not sure if he even swung on that one. 2 gone. Here's Dick Kokos. 5 strikeouts for Page so far. Kokos fouls that one back. It's 1-1 now, 2-1 on Dick. This is a high hopper off the plate. Nijeros has that one. The catcher goes on to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and here's Joe Page hitting for himself a rarity. Actually, not really that rare, is it? There's a ground ball to Pellegrini, throws to first, 1 gone. That's what happens when you're the mop-up man. There's a ball inside to Rizzuto, and 1 high again. It's 2-0 on Phil. Swing and a miss on that one. 2-1 is the count. Fly ball, right field, right side rather. Graham has that. 2 gone. Bill Johnson takes the strike, 0-1. Ground ball to short. Pellegrini on to first. We go to the top of the 8th. Here's Pretty. Pretty takes a fastball inside for a ball, and that's fouled back. 1-1 the count on Jerry. It's hit near the bag at first, and Carosi goes over, grabs it, touches the bag. 1 gone. Jack Graham now, fly ball over to Lindell and left, 2 away. Here's Dillinger, and he fouls the first pitch off. 0-1. Strike is high. 0-2 now. 1-2 now the count on him. And that's ripped to short. Rizzuto's got it, and he makes the play this time. We go to the bottom of the 8th, so no error there by Phil. Here's Gus Nijeros hitting nothing. Of course, only 4 at-bats. 1-1 the count, and that's fouled back as he was jammed. It's 1-2. He's way in front of that one and strikes out. So we go to Dick Kierhosi with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 strikeouts now for Garver, and there's a ground ball over to Dillinger. He goes to first, 2 gone, and here's Bauer. Hank takes the strike, 0-1, and there's a swing and a miss at that one. It's 0-2. That one's inside for a ball. 1-2 the count. And that's inside, just missed. 2-2, and there's a ground ball over to Dillinger, third. He goes to first for the out. I'm not sure the Yankees have done anything in this game. They only have 4 hits. Sherm Lawler comes up and takes the strike for the Browns, top of the 9th. There is a ball on him. 1-1 the count. 2-1 as that was low. That fork ball is low, and there's a full count now on Lawler as there was a strike, and that's a walk, number 3 given up by Joe, and here comes Roy Sievers, and he will be pinch hit for. Whitey Platt comes up there. It's supposed to be Platt's day off, but the computer manager doesn't know what to do with that. 1-2 is the count now on Whitey. There's a ground ball over to Johnson. He throws over to Coleman for 1, on to first, and Platt beats it out, 1 away, and here's Eddie Pellegrini. And he takes the ball way inside, and then it pops one up. Right side, Kierhosi has it. 2 gone. Garver hits one over to right center field. Mapes is there. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and here is Johnny Lindell. Platt goes over to left, and it's 2-0 count now on Johnny. Swung and missed at that one. It's 2-1 now. And that's high. 3-1 is the count. There's a ground ball over towards short. It's actually Dillinger, third baseman, who cuts that one off, goes to first, 1 away. Cliff Mapes, has a 1-1 count on him early going. There's a little ground ball over to Pretty. He goes on to first, 2 gone. Jerry Coleman, final chance. Hits that one over to the left side. Pellegrini has it, throws to first, and that's the end of the ball game. I want to show you something here. We're going to look here at this, probably at this game log. And, 3. Last time the Yankees had a base hitter was Cliff Mapes, who got their 4th hit. Before that, they got a walk, but also 3 men. There was a single in the 4th. The Yankees, they got a single in the 3rd, too. The Yankees played this whole game getting basically nothing by way of hitting. The most that they had here was in the bottom of the 2nd inning when they scored. Other than that, they can't piece 2 hits together. They can't piece a walk together. They just can't do anything. I think it's 5 in a row that they've lost, and they're out of first place now. I don't know what's happened, but this Yankee team really is struggling. Oh, man. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one, especially if you don't like the Yankees. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye.